All right, welcome back. Let's go over numbers. So, okay, trying to stick with narrative here, right? Rules and Jewish tradition is not really what we're looking for here. We're reading the Bible. We're reading the narrative. Um, so let's go through this. Um, the discontented writing of a young child can be difficult to ignore. Likewise, the childish whinings of the Israelites in the wilderness characterize the book of Numbers. Make sure my audio is good here. All right. This book picks up where Exodus left off, with the Israelites camped at the base of Mount Sinai. From there, the Israelites journeyed the wilderness of Paran, south of the Promised Land. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Okay. People doubted God's ability to give them their inheritance, and they complained against him. Because of their unfaithfulness, God condemned them to wander in the wilderness until the generation of complainers died, and a new generation took their place. 40 years later, they slowly made their way back to Canaan, this time ready to obey God's commands. After winning some important battles east of the Jordan River, the Israelites prepared to enter the heart of the Promised Land. Interesting. So God basically led them. I always wondered, they always said they wandered the desert for 40 years. Just getting rid of the annoying dudes. Sick. All right, let's see what we got. A year after Israel's departure from Egypt, the Lord spoke to Moses in the tabernacle in the wilderness. On the first day of the second month, he said, "From the whole community of Israel, record the names of all the warriors by their clans and families. List all men 20 years or older who were able to go to war. You and Aaron must register the troops, and you will be assisted by one family leader from each tribe." Okay. These are the chosen leaders of each community. The leaders of the ancestral tribes are heads of the clans. So Moses and Aaron called together these leaders, and they assembled the whole community on that very day. Okay. Moses recorded their names. This is the number of men 20 years or older who were able to go to war. I know Simeon. Benjamin's kind of a less than ideal warrior name, but it's fine. The numbers, get it. Okay, total number was 603,000. Wow, so there's a lot of Israelites. This total did not include the Levites. What? Do not count them with the rest of the Levites in charge of the tabernacle. So there's a lot of people at this time. Carry the tabernacle. So Levites have a job. Anybody unauthorized to go into the tabernacle must be put to death. Each tribe of Israel will camp in a designated area with its own family banner, but the Levites will camp around the tabernacle to protect Israel from the Lord's anger. The Levites are responsible to stand guard around the tabernacle, so the Israelites did just as they commanded. Okay. Organization of Israel's camp. When Israelites set up camp, each tribe will be assigned its own area. Total of all troops on Judah's side of the camp is 186,000. The divisions of Reuben, Simeon, and Gad are to camp on the south side. So the total of all the troops on Reuben's side of the camp is 151,450. These tribes will be the second in line whenever the Israelites travel. Then the tabernacle carried by the Levites. All tribes are to travel in the same order that they camp, each position under the appropriate banner. The divisions of Ephraim, Manasseh, Benjamin are to camp on the west side of the tabernacle beneath the banners. Total of all troops is 108,000. Okay. 635.50. Interesting. Okay. So they're really just setting up camp, letting us know, looks like how everything's organized. Numbers 3, Levites appointed for service. This is the family line of Aaron and Moses as it was recorded when the Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai. The names of Aaron's sons were Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These sons of Aaron were anointed and ordained to minister as priests. But Nadab and Abihu died in the Lord's presence in the wilderness of Sinai when they turned before the Lord. The wrong kind of fire. Yeah, I remember this when they burned the wrong thing. Since they had no sons, this left only Eleazar and Ithamar to serve as priests. The Lord said to Moses, "Call forward the tribe of Levi and present them to Aaron the priest to serve as his assistants. They will serve Aaron and the whole community, performing their sacred duties and around the tabernacle. They will also maintain the furnishings of the tent, serving in the tabernacle on behalf of the Israelites. Assign the Levites to Aaron and his sons. They have been given from among all the people of Israel to serve as their assistants. Appoint Aaron and his sons to carry out the duties of priesthood. But any unauthorized person who goes too near the sanctuary must be put to death." We said that earlier. The Lord said to Moses, "Look, I have chosen the Levites from among the Israelites to serve as substitutes for all the firstborn sons." Huh. So is he giving them back? So if you remember, they took every firstborn son, everything has to be given to God. You can buy the kids back, your children back. Kind of like a gang, kind of like a mafia type thing, but no big deal. And then here we're saying, "Look, I have chosen the Levites from among the Israelites to serve as substitutes." Okay, so that would mean the substitutes is the firstborn sons. The Levites belong to me. "On the day I struck down all the firstborn sons of the Egyptians, I set apart myself." So I guess they don't have to do that anymore? The Lord spoke again to Moses in Sinai, and he said, "Record the names of the members of the tribe to Levi by their families and clans. List every male who was 1 month or older." So Moses listed them just as commanded. Levi had 3. The clans descended Gershon. He had 2. Clans descended from Konath, 4 descendants. Merari had 2 descendants. These are the Levite clans. So 3, 2, 4, 2, so 11. The descendants of Gershon were composed of the clans descended from Libni. There were 7,500 males. They were assigned to the west of the tabernacle. The leader of the Gershonite clans were the 2 clans responsible for carrying the including the sacred tent. The descendants of Kohath were composed of the clans. Okay, there are 8,600. Among the Kohathite clans, responsible for taking care of the sanctuary, assigned to the area of the south. Eleazar, the son of Aaron, and the priest was chief administrator over the Levites. Okay, the descendants of Merari were composed of the clans, 6,200. I mean, this is better than the laws was last book. The area in front of the tabernacle in the east reserved for tents. When Moses and Aaron counted the Levite clans, the total number was 22,000. Okay, so all that is 22,000. Redeeming the firstborn sons. When the Lord said to Moses, "Now count all the firstborn sons for with order, make a list of their names. The Levites must be reserved for me as a substitute. The Levites' livestock must be reserved for me as substitutes." Okay. Take the Levites as substitutes for the firstborn sons. There are 273 more firstborn sons of Israel than there are Levites. So that means they're missing 273. To redeem those 5 extra, collect 5 pieces of silver for each of them. And then give it to Aaron and his sons as redemption. So Moses collected 1,365 pieces of silver. So you just buy. Okay, bought them. Fair deal. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Record the names of the members of the clans of each of the Kohathite divisions of the tribe of Levi." It lists all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible. The duties of the Kohathites in the tabernacle will relate to the most sacred objects. When the camp moves, Aaron and his sons must enter the tabernacle first to take down the inner curtain and cover the Ark of the Covenant with it. Then they must cover the inner curtain with the fine goatskin leather and spread it over a single piece of blue cloth. Finally, he loves blue. I mean, we literally now know that God's favorite color is blue. And that's kind of crazy that doesn't get talked about more. Finally, they must put the carrying poles of Ark in place. They must spread the blue cloth of the team. On the cloth they will place the bowls, ladles, jars, pitchers, and special bread. They must spread a scarlet cloth over all of this, finally covering a fine goatskin leather on top of the scarlet cloth. Next, they must cover the lampstand with the blue cloth, so blue and scarlet. Kind of clashes, but okay. Very Superman. Then they must cover the lampstand. Next, they must spread a blue cloth over the gold incense. Okay, attach the poles. They must take all the remaining furnishings, wrap them in blue. Remove all the ashes from the altar for sacrifices and cover the altar with purple. Okay. All the altar utensils must be placed on the cloth. Finally, they must put the poles in place. The camp will be ready to move when Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary and all the sacred articles. Okay, the Kohathites will come and carry the things, but they must not touch the sacred objects, so they will die. There's this. Okay, Eleazar, son of Aaron, will be responsible for the oil. Tabernacle will be inclusive. Okay, the Lord said to Moses, don't let the Kohathite clans be destroyed from among the Levites. This is what you must do so that they will live. Aaron and his sons must always go in with them and assign a specific duty or lead to each person. The Kohathites must never enter the sanctuary to look at the sacred objects for even a moment, or they will die. Duties for the Gershonite clan. And the Lord said to Moses, record the names of the members of the clans and the families of the Gershonite division of the tribe of Levi. List all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible to serve in the tabernacle. I would be eligible. Carry the curtains of the tabernacle. They are also to carry the curtains for the courtyard. So God's an excellent planner. So that rules out the whole God being a woman thing. Kind of knew that already, but favorite color is blue. Really good at planning things. Let's see. Gershonites are responsible for the items. Aaron and his son would the Gershonites regards to their duty. Regarding all their duties, whether it is involving moving equipment or doing other, they must assign the Gershonites. Okay. Duties of the Merarite clan. Now record the names of the members of the Merarite, 30 and 50. Their only duties to carry loads. Okay. Kind of gay. Summary. So Moses and Aaron and the other leaders of the community listed the members of the Kohathite division by their clans and families. They included all the men between 30 and 50. Total number is 2750. So this is the total number of the Kohathite clans. Moses. Okay. All right, we get it. Pretty long chapter, but okay. All the men for the Gershonite, 2600. 3200. Okay. So those guys carried a bunch of stuff. All right, the Gershonite. Is this still the same chapter? No. What was that about? Yeah, I just missed it. Okay. Chapter 5. Purity in Israel's camp. The Lord gave Moses these instructions. Command the people of Israel to remove from the camp anyone who has a skin disease or a discharge who has become ceremonially unclean. Oh, by touching a dead person. This applies to men and women. Remove them so they will not defile the camp. The Israelites did this. Then the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people. If any of the people, men or women, betray the Lord by doing wrong to another person, they're guilty. They must confess their sin or make full restitution for what they have done, adding an additional 20% or returning it to the person he has wronged. But if the person who is wronged is dead and there are no near relatives to whom the restitution can be made, the payment belongs to the Lord and must be given to the priest. Those who are guilty must also bring a ram of sacrifice, and they will be purified and made right with the Lord. All of the sacred offerings that the Israelites bring to a priest will belong to him. Each priest may keep all sacred donations he receives. I don't see how that could possibly go wrong. Protecting marital faithfulness. Give the following instructions. Suppose a man's wife goes astray. She's unfaithful. Neither her husband or nobody knows about it. She's defiled herself. Even though there was no witnesses and she wasn't caught, if her husband becomes jealous and is suspicious, the husband must bring his wife to the priest. He must bring an offering of 2 quarts of flour. Don't mix it. The priest will then present her to stand trial before God. Clay jar, pull it on her. Okay, when the priest is presented, the woman bind her hair and place her hands, offering her. Okay, the priest will stand before her, holding her jar. The priest will then put the woman under oath and say, if any man, then you will be immune from the effects of this bitter water. this isn't family friendly. Okay, so if you think your wife cheats on you, bring her to the priest. Bring 2 quarts of barley flour. Don't mix it. And then the priest is going to stand before you. He's going to take some holy water in a clay jar and pour it in the dust he has taken from the tabernacle floor. So very special dust. When he's presented her, unbind her hair. And then if you... So yeah, they're basically Salem witch trials. But cooler. A little bit less violent. This ritual is the law for dealing with suspicion. If a woman goes astray, defiles herself. If a man becomes jealous and is suspicious, apply the entire ritual law. Interesting. Okay, so they're going to basically, like, pour some stuff on her. It's kind of hard to understand what I just read. Okay, well, yeah, I don't want to read that out loud. May the people know that the Lord's curse is upon you when he makes you infertile, causing your womb to shrivel and your abdomen to swell. Now may this water that brings the curse into your body and cause your abdomen to swell and your womb to shrivel. The woman will be required to say yes. Okay, well, that was fun. We're going to stop there. I don't like the idea of, we don't do that type of stuff anymore. Reading about women getting, whatever. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.